Changing jobs. How often is too often? How long should you stay in one role not to raise any concerns on your resume? And is there such a thing as staying in one job for too long? These are the burning questions that I'm going to be covering in today's video. I'm going to share not only my perspective as a career coach, but also the perspective of recruiters to help you get a more complete picture. Keep watching till the end of this video. I also have an exciting announcement to share with you in case you want some quick and personalized feedback from me. Let's dive in. Welcome to my channel. Thanks for being here. I'm Anna from CV Labs. I'm a career coach and LinkedIn advisor, and in my videos I talk about how to make your job search easier and get you hired for that fantastic job you want and of course deserve. If you want to make the most out of your career and get regular tips for your personal and professional development, make sure to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to hit the notification bell because it's the easiest way for us to stay in touch. The topic of job changing frequency sure is a hot one, and I work with job seekers every day, so I totally get it. In this case, it's particularly challenging to come up with some sort of an objective or universal answer because everybody seems to have such different and conflicting opinions. But if you think about it, at the end of the day, that's all they are, personal opinions. I've had maybe over 60 conversations with recruiters from various industries about how the frequency of job changing affects candidates' employability. Again, heard different opinions, but if I had to come up with some sort of an average between all of them, I would say recruiters agree that it's okay to stay in one role for 2 to 3 years or in one company for 3 to 5 years. Essentially what that means is that after such period of time, no one is expected to question your decision to transition to a completely different opportunity. By the way, if you've heard other opinions or if you feel like sharing yours, please start typing in the comments below because I'm actually really curious and I'd love for you to share in the comments. With that number in mind, I can also tell you this. I've worked with people with various backgrounds, different professions and different career levels, and they were, most of the time outside of this optimal range, and still they were pretty successful in their careers and in their job search in particular. So what if once in a while during a job interview you have to explain why you left this company or that company a little bit sooner than what the optimal range suggests? The world does not end. I think a lot depends on your particular situation, but this is actually not the point of this video. The main insight that I wanted to share with you is this. With job mobility continuously on the rise, interestingly enough, if you stay in one company for too long, your market value starts decreasing. There is this point where first your personal brand and that idea of you staying in one particular position is about loyalty or longevity or growing your professional skill set, but then there is sort of this tipping point, and after that your market value starts to go down.
That is brand new information!
A couple months ago, I did a poll on LinkedIn asking people how often they've switched jobs in their careers. The post got over 500,000 views and more than 18,000 people voted. Turns out that 55% of them switched jobs every 1 to 3 years, 25% said they switched every 5 years, and only 16% said that they would stay in one company for more than 8 years. So this pretty much supports what we've been talking about. With job mobility on the rise, economies changing more rapidly, and market conditions changing all the time, people no longer spend their entire lives working for just one company. And if they do, it's no longer viewed necessarily as an advantage or a bonus in their favor. If you stay in one company for too long without much career growth, there's essentially this tipping point when your personal brand becomes no longer about loyalty, but rather about lack of external market validation. It's like with fashion, when everybody wants this new style of a jacket and you happen to like this style as well, you start wanting it more because everyone else does. If you switch between jobs or companies every couple of years, now it's actually viewed as the fact that you're someone who has their finger on the pulse of the market, whose skill set is in demand and who is dynamic, evolving and adjusts easily to a new environment. I'm not saying though that job hopping, that's the term for switching jobs too often, is going to make your resume more attractive all of a sudden. So I'm not talking about the other extreme on the scale. I'm saying that the definition of job hopping has changed because of the recent events. The job market is way more dynamic than it used to be 10 or even 5 years ago. And so that means that recruiters are also adjusting their expectations, and their definition of employability and market value has to adjust to that as well. At the end of the day, it's really about how well you can position yourself on the job market, because there is no one-size-fits-all rule here. People get hired with career gaps, having moved from one role to another quickly or not so quickly, having too much experience and having not enough experience. So the ideal or the perfect resume no longer looks like a candidate who's stayed in one company for 10 or 15 years, moving up the career ladder. And fewer people in the hiring process will judge you for moving between roles or between companies every couple of years. So if you are someone who is still obsessing over numbers of years, it's time to stop obsessing over that and rather focus your attention and your efforts on how you sell your competitive advantage, your expertise, your skill set, and the value you can add to the company. If you have specific questions around that or want quality feedback on how to position yourself on LinkedIn, you can now visit my Wizio page. I link to it in the description down below, and take advantage of a super cool opportunity where you can get a personalized video feedback from me, which is so much better than just hearing generic tips that you've already read or heard a million times but don't really know how to apply to your specific situation. You'll find all the details in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching till the end of this video. I really appreciate it. If you liked it, don't forget to hit thumbs up. If you loved it, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again soon.